Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Today is a master level game between KremboSensi and Kane on Ascension to Aiur, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is KremboSensi. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Kane. So, a TvZ for you guys on Ascension to Aiur. My favorite map, well, not my favorite map, but it's a fun map because these show up. Every time you click on a base with one, that one doesn't have one. There you go. Fades in slowly. And this one, yes, makes you wonder why that is, but I'm sure it's just to save memory. RAM, that is. Alright, so barracks first for KremboSensi. Refinery coming up at about the same time. I feel like this is a Reaper Expand. And hatch first out of Kane. You can be very safe with this against Reaper Expand at any level of StarCraft 2, as long as you don't delay your pool too much here. Kane is, I don't know if he's going to go, I wonder if he's going, okay, so Extractor first, then into pool, both at about 17 supply. You'll notice 17 supply up there, and then goes for the spawning pool as soon as he possibly can, even waiting on that drone a little bit to throw it down. SCV scouting in, does see nothing to worry about here. There's an expansion for the Zerg player, and double gas actually up for Krembo pretty early here, and it's going to be Marines. Okay, so Marine opening from Krembo here. What is he planning on doing is the question of the day. With his double gas, he's got to get a factory as soon as possible, as soon as he can. There it is, 150 and 100 on that resource tab. So he goes for a very quick factory. Again, with the double gas kind of slowing that down a little bit. The mineral income was a little bit slowed because he's got 3 of those workers on that second refinery, and he's not expanding. So this is a one-base attack out of KremboSensi here. Can Kane hang on after having gone hatch first? I have to imagine that he can. I don't see, I mean, he's not scouting though. He really isn't scouting here. Overlords moving across the map. They are so, Overlords, they are so slow. They'll get there at like the 5-minute mark, but by then it's too late. Like whatever information you get, if it's something like this, double factory opening here, got a reactor coming down on this barracks, a Marine walking across the field just to put some pressure on the Zerg player, or perhaps looking for an Overlord to kill. There's one. You can see that with, yes, you can see that with his Zalnaga Watchtower. Going to go to try to kill that Overlord and try to supply block the Zerg player. 4 Lings are out. Got your Queens on the way too. Actually, 6 Lings are out, surprisingly. And it's going to be Hellions on the way. If we see an Armory, I feel like this could be some kind of a Hellbat timing, which is very good against Zerg. So double Hellion production on the way. Tech Lab coming up in the other factory. And yeah, this Marine's going to kill this Overlord. Overlord for Kane's like, I don't think I can survive this. The Lings might come try to save him, but it's going to be, I don't know if they can get there in time. I just don't. Overlord coming on, trying to get there. This Overlord has scouted. Has he scouted the lack of an expansion? I'm not sure if he has. I know, Zagara, your forces are under attack. But Overlord dead, does not supply block Kane. He's too smart for that. He built another Overlord in preparation for it. But Ling's moving up here from Kane to try to see what is going on. What is up here? Can we kill this Marine? The Marine just scooting past the Lings there. The Lings are like, where'd that Marine go? Oh, he hoofed out of there as fast as he could. So it is going to be Hellions, and a tank. So it's a mech opening here from KremboSensi. There's no expansion, and I don't know. Does Kane know that for sure? He's coming in with his Lings. He's gonna, oh, he went for a 3rd base. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows these Hellions are coming to kill him. It's only 4. I feel like this could be held, but there's actually nothing here to defend against this but a couple Queens. This is bad. This is bad for the Zerg player, roasting up them drones. They're not running, they're not attacking, they're not lining up, but they are dying nonetheless. 12 drone kills here, bringing us down to 23 to 22 harvesters. Trying to get up this front ramp is Kane a little bit, but there's a Marine and some Hellions and a tank back there, so not going to happen. But that is 16 dead drones. Do you know the Hellions at suicide? I think they all suicided. But what that did is it put Krembo at even worker count with Kane, 23 to 25. Roach Warren on the way from our Zerg player now, and spreading that creep. More Hellions coming across the map. Is there still not an Armory? Is there? That's an Armory. Okay, so there is an Armory. I think we're going to see a tank Hellbat push of some kind coming in from the Terran player. Moving in again with another group of 4 Hellions. There are Queens and Lings here. 3 Queens and a bunch of Lings. One of the Hellions dies immediately. This 3rd base is still going for Kane. And it might just work out for him, though. I really don't see, if this attack doesn't come soon, and it is kind of coming soon, for Krembo. This, oh, I don't know about the Zerg player. They got that third base up without really even scouting if there's a natural. He knows there's not a natural because he scouted it with his lings and didn't, I mean, he's not making stuff is what he's not doing. He has 2 lings and 41 drones and 5 queens. 5 queens is a pretty good defense against most things in the early game for StarCraft 2. That's something that Neuro likes to do. I think you saw one of his games earlier this week. He does enjoy doing this ling queen defense, but against 3 tanks and 7 Hellbats, this is a huge army. 1,500 army value compared to 900. Terran player has a nice lead. Got his Hellbats in front, got his tanks in the back. The Hellions themselves are actually pretty good against queens. They're not as fast, right? Not as fast, but here comes the push at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. The queens, there are 3 queens and 2 lings here. The tanks setting up in a nice position. SCV's here to repair as well. Tanks, oh, just splashing all over those queens. Queens are gone. Lings rolling in, trying to do stuff, but no, that's cleaning up, but that's a good game. Or a rage quit out of Kane. Kane is defeated, and KremboSensi was victorious. So this is going to be a sneaky twofer. Sneaky twofer today at the master level. Don't go anywhere, but yeah, that was just Kane thinking he could hold a 1-basing Terran with queens and lings. I even feel like if this was just straight up a Marine push out of KremboSensi, it would have worked just as well. It didn't have to be mech. Mech was just incredibly efficient. 1,600 resources lost for Kane compared to 500 total for Krembo. That's 5 Hellions that were killed compared to 18 drones, 14 lings, an Overlord, 3 queens, 2 creep tumors. And at the end of the game, our Zerg player had, that was it. He had 4 queens to defend against all these Hellbats. These tanks as well. I mean, very strong push out of KremboSensi. So I like to do the short games every once in a while. Just kind of keep you on your toes. You don't see all long macro stuff. This stuff happens in StarCraft 2. I just don't like to highlight it all that much because a 5-minute cast isn't that fun. But it's a twofer. It is a twofer coming up from Falcon Paladin. So stick with me. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a second. Welcome back to the sneaky twofer of Falcon Paladin, everybody. Game number 2 will be here on Odyssey, the Ladder Edition, and between Battle B and KremboSensi. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Battle B here at the master level, and the blue Terran player, KremboSensi, who we saw in game number 1. All right, so 2 games featuring this specific Terran player at the master level of StarCraft 2. I do like masters, just because it's it's in between Diamond and in between Grandmaster, and they're working so hard to get to Grandmaster, right? Sometimes players get to Grandmaster, and they're kind of like, well, this is as far as I can go. I'm sure the temptation is to try to push up to the pro level and become like invited to WCS and stuff, which does happen. But there also is the temptation with some players, I think, just to hang out, just to live in Grandmaster, go to tournaments every once in a while. But Masters are trying so hard to get to that Grandmaster level. That is such a prestigious place to be. Only a certain number of players in each ladder get to be in Grandmaster. So that is a huge honor and a huge representation of what you're capable of and what you have accomplished in StarCraft 2. Double gas on the way from Battle B. Double gas here from KremboSensi as well. We've seen this in TvTs. Usually you open a couple Cyclones in TvT because that's just kind of how it works. If you don't have 2 Cyclones of your own, you're going to die. But if you have 2 Cyclones of your own, it kind of stalemates, and then from there, generally, if the game goes long enough, moves back into Marine, Tank, Viking, which is what we've seen for a long time. A long time in StarCraft 2, ever since Wings of Liberty, really. I remember watching games on Steps of War with TvT, where it's Marine, Tank, Viking, with some ghosts mixed in. Like, there used to be a lot more nukes in TvT. I'm not sure what happened to that. I guess players just got better at recognizing what was going on and being ready for those nukes. So KremboSensi is opening with Marines, our red Terran player, Battle B, going for a Reaper instead. So we have a ginormous Reaper name ready to go for you here today in this TvT. Let's see if I can pull it up. Where's my list? That's my list of Oracle names. That's not going to be as useful. Here it is, Sir Rarlin. Sir Rarlin grew up on a small colony world called Rhaenus 5 on the outskirts of Confederate space. Are you moving out, Reaper? You are. Okay, good. His family worked as miners and had the largest Vespene gas refinery of the world. However, when his family failed to deliver a shipment of gas due to it being intercepted by Hell's Angels pirates, their employers, the famous Duke family from Tarsonis, decided to acquire the refinery directly. Sir Ralph, just Ralph, then led a local militia in a guerrilla war against Confederate forces on Rhaenus 5. After years of hit-and-run tactics using jump jets, the Duke family grew impatient and so sent Ralph a deal to turn on his friends and family and receive an honorary title as Sir and a large amount of money. Thinking their request would be uneventful, the Duke family was surprised when the Confederate forces, as he takes out a Marine, free kill, arrived at the valley to find the rebels all dead in their tents. With Sir Ralph claiming his reward, he moved to Tarsonis itself to become the head of the new Reaper program funded by the Duke family. When the Dukes found out that Sir Ralph was using their money on prostitutes and gambling, they tried to assassinate him. Fleeing to the planet of Korhal, Sir Ralph enlisted in the Sons of Korhal as a Reaper. To this day, he takes pride in his hit-and-run tactics, although he has never been promoted due to his unruly personality. Dang, Sir Ralph. All right, coming in. He's already got a Marine kill. Can he get another one? No! The Hellions stole it there, but 2 Reapers are here, and a Hellion at the same time, showing up way sooner, I think, than KremboSensi was thinking about. Hellions roasting stuff up. A tank pops out for KremboSensi, though. That's actually going to be really good. Tank is great here against both the Reapers and the Hellion. Big old shot, almost killing the Reapers. Both of them down to very low HP. All the workers go back to work here for KremboSensi. And the tank pretty much shuts that down. Like, I'm going to say, the tank covers this entire mineral line. His circle of death is everything blue is covered here. Yes, everything is inside the circle of safety. Hellion trying to roast stuff from just outside the circle of doom. Might get that refinery, but these Marines will shut him down as well. Sir Ralph still out there with a partner. Ooh, Hellion goes into the circle of doom and dies with a partner. 2 kills on the one on the other. I think the other one has 2. Sir Ralph has the 1. And a Cyclone here from Battle B as well. So what are we doing? We're just hanging out. Red Terran player expanding. Waiting for a Raven and another Cyclone. And more Marines, and has an expansion coming down as Battle B. This is a bad sign for KremboSensi. I don't know if we could do this thing. He's expanding himself. Okay, so he's not stuck on one base forever and ever. Amen. Factory swatch went on over to that tech lab. I think he wants more tanks after getting a Raven of his own. Oh, killing the Marine guarding the front door of his own base for KremboSensi. Battle B getting another Marine kill. Coming up here with the Reapers. Just kidding. Changing their mind. The Reapers and the Cyclone deciding not to come up. There are too many Marines and a Raven, which is bad news. Auto turrets hit really hard against stuff with low HP, and that's something what these Ravens are. So Marines and Cyclones heading on out here towards this natural side base. Got Ravens on the way, got Marines on the way, got tanks coming in for Battle B as well. So both players are settling nicely into a 2-base type situation here. Auto turret for Battle B, killing some SCVs over here though. KremboSensi has lost 7 SCVs. It's 32-19 Harvesters. Vikings out for KremboSensi now. He wants to kill that Raven so bad. You've killed my stuff. 3 kills on that Raven with 1 single auto turret attack, and yeah, they're going to get it. They are faster than the Raven, right? 385 move speed compared to 3. Oh, actually the same move speed. Auto turret thrown down does force the Vikings to halt their pursuit of the Raven. I thought Vikings were faster, but they're the exact same speed. That's probably by design. Have to imagine. Marines, tanks, Ravens here from the Battle B. Marines and tanks for KremboSensi with some Vikings. Moving out. Did I mention he has a Raven? He does have a Raven of his own. I think I mentioned it being built. But KremboSensi landing his base a little bit late here. His opponent has already got his natural base fully established. It's 37-19 Harvesters. He's got tanks of his own. He's got Cyclones of his own. Vikings of his own. 2 Ravens and Marines. I feel like our army supply is about the same. It is. Yeah, it's virtually the same thing here. About 2,300 for each player. Composition's fairly similar as well. A Liberator here for KremboSensi, though. That might actually be a big deal. Liberator setting up a defender mode circle that he can then slowly enroach in with. And KremboSensi being patient, setting up outside, setting up his tanks, setting up Liberator. Doesn't want to be close enough for the Vikings to kill it. Getting some shots off on Battle Bs as well. Tank sets up for Battle B, but inside the Liberator range circle picks it off. The Liberator picks it off. The Vikings might get their revenge here. PDD thrown down, and the attacks of KremboSensi are absorbed by that point defense drone, but it's gone now. Another PDD goes. Oh, PDD of KremboSensi's, and the both Vikings for Battle B are gone. The Vikings winning that battle quite handily. Vikings winning the battle of air supremacy. There are 3 Vikings to 2 Vikings for Battle B, but now it's 2-2. Now it's 2-1. KremboSensi does set it up here, going for it. Is Battle B using the lock-on ability to get rid of the Liberator and the Viking, but splash damage. These 3 tanks compared to the 1 tank of Battle B. KremboSensi in a very strong position. Oh, does kill a bunch of those Marines. Battle B still has units coming out, but he doesn't have really anything to deal with these tanks. He has a tank in production, but it's not on the field yet. It's looking pretty bad for our Red Terran player, slowly being patient and sieging forward. Siege tanks, 3 siege tanks in range. Battle B taking shots when he doesn't need to. And that's it. Battle B's defeated, and KremboSensi was victorious here in game number 2 as well. Wow, resources lost, about 2,800 for Battle B compared to mere 1,800 for KremboSensi. That's a lot of dead stuff for the Red Terran player. 2 tanks, 9 Marines, 2 Ravens, 2 Reapers, including Sir Ralph, and a Cyclone with 2 Vikings out as well. So that's going to be it for this little sneaky twofer. I mean, it wasn't super long macro stuff, but again, I like you to see these type of games. Just keep you up on what's going on in the StarCraft 2, even in the short games that I don't cover very often. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.